In Microsoft Teams, you can add a delegate to answer or make calls on your behalf. The steps following are only to add a delegate for calling. This has nothing to do with your calendar and scheduling of meetings. To start, let's go set up the delegates. So we go up to the top rail and click on the More button or the three dots. We're going to go down to Settings. In the general area of Settings, you're going to actually slide this bar on the right-hand side down until you see Delegation. Inside Delegation, you're going to pick Manage Delegates. Inside here, you're going to go to Your Delegates, and then you're going to look them up and start adding them. If you start typing, it will go and find the closest name to what you started to type. When you see it, click on it, and then you get the choices here of how you want to set up your delegate. Just of note, you probably want to make calls and receive calls be ticked for your delegate, but not sure you want to have the change call and delegate settings because then they could go and change the settings that you set. So once you get it how you want, you're going to click Add. Now, the delegate will be notified with a little pop-up inside of their Teams that tells them that you have just added them as a delegate. Once you've added your delegates, click back to Settings. Now, inside here, we're going to go down to the Calls tab and set up how we want our delegate to act on our behalf. So, call answering rules. So choose how you want to handle incoming calls. If you're taking your own calls that day, you're going to have it on Calls Ring Me and no one else. And if it doesn't get answered, it'll go to voicemail. That's pretty straightforward. If you want to turn it on for your delegates, you're going to forward my calls. Who are you going to forward it to? Your delegates. And if not answered, it'll go to voicemail. The system default for how many seconds before it redirects is 20 seconds. If that seems like a lot, you can change it to what you want, or you can always make it longer. Next, let's make a team call group. You can set up a call group for the following settings. If unanswered, do this. Also ring multiple people or forward my calls. So let's go look. So if you want a combination of calls ringing you, but if you don't answer it, then you can pick for it to go to your delegates. And then if they don't answer it, it will go to voicemail. Now, let's make that call group. So again, you're going to go calls ring me, also ring a call group. You're going to drop this down to call group. Then it will bring up a screen. Now mine's already there, so I'll go down here to the edit button, and this is what yours will look like. So you can go and add the people that you want to be in your call group and click them and add them. So you'll also see down at the bottom it says ring order. So do you want them to ring all the people at the same time? Or you can say in the order above, and it'll ring Janice, then it'll ring Allison, and then it'll ring MS Teams. Whatever your choice is, I'm going to go back to all at the same time, and I'm going to click Save. Just a note, you can only have a maximum of 25 users in your call group. To delete a user from your call group, go down to your call group, click on the pencil for the edit button, and you're going to go to whatever person you want to remove from your call group. And when you highlight their name, there'll be an X on the right-hand side, and just remove that person and click Save. Let's talk about forwarding calls. So same thing, we're in the settings area and we're under calls. And this time I'm going to go forward my calls. Now you can forward your calls directly to voicemail, or you could forward your calls to your call group. You will also have the option of how you want the ringing to take place. So again, you have a ring order down here. You have the choice of at the same time or in the order above, and then click Save. You could also set up a simultaneous ring. So again, we'll go into our calls area of settings. So you can pick the calls to ring you, but you can also ring and you can say your delegate or your call group. Once you have it all set up, here's a little tip for you. You don't have to go back into that settings to turn on or turn off or reconfigure how you want things to ring that day or for the afternoon. What you can do is when you go into your calling area, you have this corner down in the bottom left. So you can see that I have two call groups, okay, two people in call groups. I have right now, I don't have my phone on forward, but again, here's that option. I can forward to voicemail, my call group, my delegates, or an outside line. And the last one is your headset that you're using. So this is a really quick way to turn off and use your different settings you made without having to go through that settings call option areas. Good luck.